Greetings, this is Charles Darwin, and I'm here to talk to you about a very interesting technological invention from your 20th century. This is, among other things, a shortwave radio. Complete with antenna. And let me explain a little bit about how shortwave radio works. We didn't even know what radio of any kind was when I was alive. But a shortwave radio is different from other kinds of radio because the wavelengths are such that instead of going in a straight line forever and becoming dimmer the further it goes, these radio waves are able to bounce off of the ionosphere, causing them to reflect back down to the Earth. Then they bounce off of the Earth back up to the ionosphere, then bounce back down to the Earth. They become less and less intense with the distance, but they're able to do something that no regular radio waves could do, and that is they can follow the curvature of the Earth. Therefore, you could pick up radio transmissions from countries that you would not be able to see in a straight line. That is, a straight line would take you through the Earth itself. And so this was fascinating to me, not only for that reason, but also because when I was a kid, actually the man pretending to be Charles Darwin, when I was a child in the 1960s, this was the only way to hear directly from these other countries. You see, there was no internet at that time, and if you wanted to find out about other countries, you had to read about it in books, or you had to hear Walter Cronkite explain it on the CBS Evening News, or you could listen to shortwave radio. This was the only way to hear directly from the other countries. So I enjoyed listening to transmissions from the United Kingdom, transmissions from RSA, that is Radio South Africa, a country that has undergone considerable change from its apartheid days. Deutsche Welle in Germany. But one of the most interesting that I heard, that I want to tell you about, was Radio North Korea, RNK. And it was a propaganda arm of the Communist Party that was, and still is, ruling North Korea. The ruler was Kim Il-sung, who was the grandfather of the current dictator of North Korea. And the young lady that was speaking on the radio made these incredible claims. When I heard these claims, I thought, nobody could ever really say these things, could they? And she said that Kim Il-sung was a genius of art, a genius of politics, a genius of science, a torch to light the darkened pathways of modern times. And getting to the evolutionary basis of human beings, how is it possible that our highly intelligent brains could actually be deluded into believing such things? They really believed those things about Kim Il-sung. Well, I thought when I listened, I felt very good that this would never happen in the United States of America. We would never believe anything like that about one of our leaders. But when I've been listening in the last few years to the claims that Donald Trump has made about himself, he in fact claims to be a genius of many things, and he claims to know more about many subjects than anybody else in the world. And here is just an incomplete list that I got from the web of the things that Donald J. Trump says he is a genius of, or that he knows more about than anybody else. Drones, safety, campaign finance, ISIS, he claimed to know more about ISIS than the generals knew, courts, lawsuits, politicians, visas, trade, U.S. government, renewable energy. Did you know that Donald Trump was a genius of renewable energy? Well, you do now. Taxes, debt, money, infrastructure, Democrats, construction, the economy, and technology. And then to top it all off, he famously claimed to be not just a genius, but a very stable genius. Well, we have it here in the United States. It's here in the United States, not just the old days of North Korea or the new days of North Korea, but also here in the United States where Donald Trump is claiming to be a genius, and he is beyond question. His judgment and his knowledge is beyond question. Is this something that is characteristic of or worthy of the human brain? Well, the human brain does have this weakness that it sometimes allows us to latch on to leaders and follow them no matter what the evidence and no matter how absurd the claims. This should help to put human intelligence into perspective just a little bit. This is Charles Darwin telling ho, and amen.